All right. For those of you that are on right now, good afternoon, I guess. So, the title of this one, What Calms the Mental Chatter, right? So, if you're like me, I can be a very intense person. I try to always channel a lot of that energy to be more productive than not productive with things. But needless to say, if there's something I feel strongly about, passionate about, I'm going to fight for it. Whether it's verbally, not typically physically, because you can get in a lot of trouble, fired, or put in jail for stuff like that. But the point of it is, just like anyone else, if there's something you feel strongly about, you're probably going to voice your opinion. But there could be repercussions depending on how you do it, right? If you're too intense, you're going to rattle too many cages, and people are going to push back. And it's kind of like, I've talked about before, fight fire with water, not more fire. But it's hard because we are emotional. So understand, even your team, members on your team are emotional. So if it's emotionally driven argument, probably not going to go as well. The point of all this, though, is I've had a couple occurrences over the past couple days, pretty stressful, kind of been on my mind. And we're all the same with stuff like this. So when you have an occurrence, you replay it, right? You're like, oh, what could I have done better? How could I maybe not cause this situation? Whatever it is, did I do the right thing, right? I know I play this back. I'm like, I have some regrets, but you can't live in the past with stuff, right? But I do replay and keep thinking about it, and then it stays in your head. It's kind of like if you strongly dislike someone and you have hatred for them, you're punishing yourself, right? So if you're always replaying these messages in your head, it's probably making your day miserable when everything is fine. Because who would you be? An exercise I did years ago would be, who would you be without these thoughts right now? If this thing wasn't on your mind, would everything be okay? And you're like, shit, yeah, thing would be amazing if I wasn't thinking about this stupid thing. So, thanks, Brad. Lots of hearts going on there, buddy. But the point of it is I just got home. I went to a day jiu-jitsu class, brought my little boy with, and there's just a handful of guys that were there normally during the day. But it was about half hour stretching out, chit chat, and then an hour of drilling and rolling. So rolling is sparring, if you guys don't understand the terminology with it. So you're wrestling. And the thing that is just astonishing is I've had a couple of instances that happened over the past couple of days that kind of in my head since yesterday and kind of today a little bit. I'm like, I wish I would have done this better, or maybe I should have bit my tongue, but part of it is this is kind of who I am. I'm going to try to be better, but I'm a passionate individual, and certain stuff I do have stances on. But since I've gotten home, and since I left there, none of that has been on my mind. I've even tried to think about it, and it's just like, it's no big deal. Maybe certain things might set me off, certain texts or whatever could set me off. It's like, everything's good. And I'm saying it's just jiu-jitsu. Obviously, I'm a big fan. I got one of the guys from work. I'm always trying to get more people because I think it's very good for mental health. I think it's a process of physical exertion, being mentally present. Like, you're not thinking about something stupid at work or something your neighbor did to you or something your spouse said to you that was mean when you're getting choked out by someone twice your size. You're just not. You're just like, I want to live right now. I want to be okay. I've done meditation, stuff like that, but nothing has ever been better than after the way I feel after about a jiu-jitsu with it. I just feel like it definitely calms that mental chatter. You feel more relaxed. And I joke with guys when I would go to the evening classes. I say, guys, I could come home. It could be World War III in my house. My kids could be throwing poop at the wall. My wife could be upset with me for loading the dishwasher wrong, as an example. And I'll just be like, all right, that's cool. But before I would go to jiu-jitsu, I'd probably get all upset. I've definitely seen a correlation in I can't think of the word right now, but not necessarily mental health, but mental status, whatever it is. When I don't go for a while, like in the beginning of the COVID stuff, I wasn't going very much. And, I just felt like on edge a lot. And I always, I weight lift, I do exercise, but nothing beats going to something like this. So it's not necessarily to do something like this, but it's finding those hobbies that you can have outside of work, outside of the home, that you really enjoy. It could be hunting, fishing, bowling, sports, whatever it is. Find those healthy hobbies, but it has to be something you're doing, not just sitting around watching. It's a physical exertion. I really do think people are wired for physical exertion. I see differences in my own son. My daughter can hang around most of the day and be fine, but my son, I have to get him doing something physical, and his behavior is so much better. And I'm sure you guys have made these observations too, but I just like sharing the stuff. Because this is how everything gets better, is when we share these wins with things. So to calm that mental chatter, man, nothing is better than jiu-jitsu. I really enjoy it, and I've just accepted the fact it's going to be a lifetime journey. But it's cool. You learn a lot from it, and I enjoy it. So find those hobbies outside of work, because I was just at lunch with a couple of buddies the other day, and we were talking about how, our time is going to be up sooner than later. And it's going to be someone else's turn, and we're going to retire, and, nothing, the department, the firehouse, nothing, it's not going to collapse because we're not there. I joke with people, and I tell them, I say, hey, if something happens, God forbid something happens to me today, my next shift is that I work is Saturday, because I have a Kelly Day coming up. We have a current campus list. I'll be replaced Saturday. All right, my wife's going to wait at least a month to find someone new, right? That's a joke, just in case she watches this. It's a joke. But the point of it is to realize what's important, what's not, and don't get too worked up over the stuff that you shouldn't be. Because at the end of the day, as long as we're healthy, got a roof over our heads, things are doing good, right? And as long as you have those good relationships with people that are close to you. I was texting a guy I worked with the other day, and he sent me some stuff back. And maybe he was joking. I took it very literal, and it was a very compliment. I actually saved a picture of it just in case having a bad day. I can look at it again, because to me, nothing means more than having those close relationships with your crew, because I feel like maybe you're doing the right thing, right? Especially if you're the type of guy that holds people accountable and tries to help them make it better, because that's the secret sauce, right? Helping people be better. Be the person you didn't have. And I've had these conversations. I said, I'll be straight up with people. I'm not that great. I just try. But I will tell you this, I never had a company officer do for me what I do for my guys. This never happened. So I hope it gets appreciated. But it's just experience I had with it. So do that for your people. Be the person that you didn't have. And that's how I make it better, right? But just want to share with you guys. This probably went on way longer than I had planned. But hope you guys are having a good one. And talk to you next time.